welcome to the Man Cave here at Wistful Vistas in beautiful suburban San Diego, California. Today we have just an incredible day here. This is December 21st. Can you believe it? And we've got sunshine galore. So what that means to you and I is we're going on a Tuono ride. Stand by. Let's see what happens.
I just had a thought. Hey, I just had a thought. Before we take off here, let's do a little test video. See everything is working. I've done that before. You can see that it is just a gorgeous day. This is everything they promise you about California, including the high taxes. Anyhow, it is just a glamorous day. It's too good of a day to keep that beautiful, crazy 2017 Aprilia Tuono in the garage for 1 second long. Love that dash. Gosh, I love that dash. Ducati V4S, and also on the Aprilia Tuono, which we're riding right now. There goes my vest. Okay. Vest is armed. We slink her into gear. Have to miss our friend's little mama van there. Now there's a couple people riding around. We are clear to move around the neighborhood. Oh, joints! Get into position. Oh man. I'm an exerciser and working out with my good friend, our training pro, Griffin Hopp. I was out this morning and doing a few bins and things. Hope this is adjusted right so you can see ahead and below well enough. Always an issue, but so it was pretty nice. However, I have a little residual aches and pains that you get when you exercise. You know, you haven't exercised for a while and you get into it and you do it, and then you get up the next morning, you're a little like sore, and you go like, what happened? It's exercise. But we are in the 70s in Southern California, San Diego, greater San Diego area. Let's see if I set off that turn signal. I'm not sure. A lot of times it doesn't pick up the Tuono or the Ducati. I guess. And you sit here and you wait for somebody to kind of trigger it behind you, and hope they will, and hope that you'll get a turn signal. Aha, there we go. Thank you, folks. And the Ducati and Aprilia are both pretty lightweight. It was, they're not as lightweight as my MV Agusta Brutale was. That almost never triggered a signal, and I got adept at being able to get to a stop sign or to plan my route so that it would have as few left turns as possible. And therefore, you can't live life with a left turn or two, but therefore, it was a little more interested in that regard. Love that auto flipper. Oh my goodness. And but it was so lightweight and had so many non-ferrous material, non-ferrous being iron-free or magnetic-free. I'm not going to filter today. I just am going to try and be a good boy here because I'm out for a cruise, a pre-Christmas cruise, and so it just wouldn't trigger them, and I'd sit there and hope and wait for somebody to go by. And I talked to a friend of mine who was in the police, and I said, yeah, you know, that's a thing. And he said, I know that. And he said, we understand that. He said, it's still against the law, so it doesn't matter if I understand it or not. But if you explain to the officer, he might cut you some slack, particularly if you do it in an exceedingly safe manner. Whatever that is. I would assume that means with nobody coming or going. as you're trying to do that. So I'm assuming that. And never did get a ticket, never was stopped for doing that. The other thing the Aprilia misses that I didn't realize I was going to like so much on the Ducati is the self-canceling signals. They are just the coolest thing. And they are so handy. You know when you set them, they're going to turn off, so you forget them. And then you hop on the Aprilia, and they don't self-cancel, and you look down a block to a mile later, and you still see that turn signal winking at you, and you go, oops, my bad. But nonetheless, they both are magnificent machines. This in particular, much kinder to an old man's bone. So we'll filter. And all that is put together, and we'll see how it all comes out when I get home, as per usual. The things that I really like on the GoPro 9 are the stabilization is just absolutely wonderful. And the other thing is the quality itself is just excellent. I think it is their best camera produced. There are a few disagreements I have, perhaps, with their design philosophy. Hear that noise? I don't know if that'll make it through. I hope it does, actually, because that is our front door being open. I have one of these locks by a company, Ring, installed, and it lets me know that somebody's at our front door. And it's pretty funny. Do I need to know it now? No, not necessarily. Mrs. Cooper's home, and she has a couple of ladies in the backyard social distancing, getting things out of their nails. I guess the way to say it. The ladies must stay beautiful despite any pandemic. So back to the GoPro, and really like the stabilization, really like the field of view, and the quality of the video that it's taking. Seems to take well, at least in a stationary position with the Purple Panda, although I think the best audio quality you can get, there's two levels to the best audio quality you can get, and that is an external mic with a recorder, which I think does give you much better audio, with the added complication that you have to match it up to the visual recorded medium, and that you need to sync it, which you can do. There's tricks to doing that. But that's the best sound quality I can achieve, at least for the voice. You don't get as much of the motorcycle background, which is why I think people watch these motorcycle vlogs. They want to hear the bike. The second best is a powered external mic attached to the GoPro Media Mod. I think that provides a pretty good sound input. You have to be careful with that because there's a lot of gain that can come out of those, and I've done a couple of vlogs that have the powered external mic, and there's so much gain that the system is overwhelmed, and you get a lot of static in the background. So you've got to be a little more balanced with that, a little more nuanced. But it is certainly, again, in a enclosed environment, it's second only to separately recorded audio, and done right, it's first probably in terms of on the bike recorded audio, because you want a little of the bike background back there. And So we're going to see if all that's working today and if the camera angle is good, etc., etc. Superview seems to help out a lot. Hope you can see it. Mount Wilson way up in the distance there, sticking its little volcanic dome in the air. Saying howdy, come on down. Let's go up here. Make it a little more relaxed right in here. And we'll see how that turns out. Now back to the machines, back to the motorcycles themselves. The Aprilia, I was putting some fair miles on it until within a few weeks after the Ducati got here. And just in general, I don't put a lot of miles on my motorcycles anyway. I ride them strictly for pleasure. Do not really need them in the sense as a piece of transportation. So I ride them strictly for pleasure. So I don't put a whole bunch of miles on them anyhow. But cutting that in half represents almost no miles. It's nearly laughable that I put on this thing in the going on 2 years since I did get that Ducati, the Phantom. This is Tony Thunder, by the way. So, oops, something in the street. Watch ahead. That guy, let that guy be a clue. Oh yeah, nice little Christmas tree branch. Wouldn't that be fun? And always watch where you're going. Don't watch your front wheel. Watch the road. Let your front wheel follow your eyes. Your motorcycle will go where you look. I just saw a great, I'll put it down. I just saw a great, the guy does, gentleman, does very good safety reviews and motorcycle riding lessons. I think he's excellent. Now, I'll reference him as a matter of fact because he's really good. And essentially, you look where you want to go and your motorcycle will take you there. It does that. So, the Aprilia has been rather neglected of late, and this tank of gas that's in it, I'm a little worried about. I probably have had this tank of gas in it for a good 3 or 4 months, and everything that I read says be aware of the I'm going to stay back here on this one. Be aware of the stability of your gasoline, because the new blends and all that stuff are not all that stable. They will change with time. Adjusting my rearview mirror there. And so I'm a little worried about it. You're supposed to put in fuel stabilizer if they sit for a period of time, and it's never, oh, there's a big old Harley out there in front of me. There's never a period of time really that I imagine that they're going to sit for a period of time. I don't plan to have them sit in the garage for any lengthy period of time, but that nonetheless it does happen. Okay, I think I've gotten to all the stuff I'm going to say here, so let's just enjoy some sunshine. Dash through the shadows of a beautiful December California afternoon. vlog is dedicated to my friend Nish Mehta. Nish, how you doing, buddy? He's doing manfully up there in Canada. Hope you enjoyed a little Southern California sunshine, pal, and thinking of you. Be cool.